Welcome everybody to the Jordy Max Show, brought to you by maxlawns.com. For all your lawn maintenance needs, check out maxlawns.com. We are here in the new and improved Jordy Max Show studio. Shanzi, what's your thoughts?
It's looking good, nice and bright. I
Nice.
like it. It's actually warm in here.
Hell yeah. As I said in that announcement video, as I also said today, Mania predictions. I am still your predictions champion. The title is on the line. Shanzi, are you ready to get into it?
The title's coming home.
Okay, let's start with it. Let's just say the main events. It's going to be Punk, Rollins, and Reigns, main event night 1. Cody versus Cena, main event of night 2.
You want to jump right into main events?
No, I was just laying that out so everybody
I
knows
see.
what's happening. Should we lay out the match card first before we lay out our predictions?
I think we can play it as we go.
Perfect. Okay. Night 1. Let's start with it. I'll start this one.
Sure.
Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Shanzi, what's your thoughts on the build starting up here?
You want to start there?
Yes.
Okay. I think that Jey Uso's going to win. Plain and simple, Jey Uso's going to win. I don't know how, but he's going to win. He is the man of the people. And I feel like every time that there is a heel representing the World Heavyweight Champion, the big gold belt, so to speak, you have a face that is a WWE champion. And so that sets up my prediction for the next night. So we'll get back to that. But Jey Uso's going to win. I don't know how, but I call Jey Uso.
Man, at the start of this build, I wasn't really feeling it. It wasn't great. Last few weeks, though, I guess they kind of went panic mode, but Gunther bloodied up Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Badly. Next episode, Jay comes out on Raw. No yeeting. All black. He said, before WrestleMania, before I go to sleep, I'm going to say a prayer and ask God to forgive me for what I'm about to do to you. And he said, I want you to hug and kiss your family. This is right-hand man Jey Uso coming out again. This is Crash Out Jay.
It's going to happen.
My prediction, Jey Uso wins the world title, and I think he's going to celebrate with Jimmy after the thing. So, yeah. I think Jay wins because that's what it's been building towards. He's 3-0 against Gunther. He's gonna do it.
I like it. What's the next match we're going to talk about?
Let's do Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
I like it. This has shades of what was Hulk Hogan's gimmick character?
Mr. America.
Mr. America. This is straight out of the Mr. America playbook, the Blue Blazer playbook. Everybody knew it was Owen Hart. Everybody knew it was Hulk Hogan. But hey, man, it's hilarious. This very well could be Rey Mysterio's final match at WrestleMania.
Or at least one of.
It could be. And so, for that reason, I say it's going to be Rey Mysterio with the caveat that there's something screwy going to happen, but Rey Mysterio is going to win, I think, by disqualification.
I think Rey Mysterio is going to win, and after the match, he's going to unmask El Grande Americano to reveal that it's evil, which we all know.
Yeah, this is a gimmick match, I think.
1,000%.
Yeah. Send the fans home happy.
Yeah, no, I've been digging the El Grande Americano thing. One thing that's been kind of controversial is they build him from the Gulf of Mexico. Or, sorry, not the Gulf of Mexico.
America.
The Gulf of America. They recently changed it because of a lot of backlash, of course, because...
That's hilarious.
I'm not even going to get into that. But, yeah, they were talking about... They changed it to the Gulf of Mexico, of course, but... Yeah, I think Rey Mysterio wins this. It's easy. That's easy. Okay, let's go into the next one here. New Day versus the War Raiders.
So this is a funny one because the New Day is hot and they're heels and they're looking bad. And so for that reason, I think the New Day is going to win, but Big E has a play in this somehow. I don't know how, but I think that New Day is going to win, and they're going to become the 12-time tag team champions.
You know what? I had the exact same prediction. New Day wins. Somehow Big E gets involved, maybe after the match, but who knows? Okay, let's do the next one. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the Women's Championship.
Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about this. Where's Becky Lynch?
At home with her child.
Yeah, whatever. She's coming back.
She did sign a new contract.
She's coming back.
But she said that she might not. She might retire.
I think she's tired of the BS that's going on in the women's division. And I think that Charlotte's going to win. And either Becky comes out on WrestleMania or
Raw after Mania.
she comes out Raw after Mania. But Becky's got to return.
Yeah.
I can feel it. I can feel it.
I don't think Becky returns. But
That's okay.
here's why. Who do you think wins, though?
I just said Charlotte.
Oh.
Charlotte wins.
I think Tiffany Stratton retains. There's been a lot of animosity and real life heat going on in that storyline. I think Tiffany Stratton retains because I am sick of Charlotte Flair, and I know a lot of other people are. Most of us are sick of Charlotte Flair. Charlotte is...
I mean, she was gone forever and she just came back, so how are you sick of her?
She always wins.
Perfect. So my prediction will come true then.
Her character is just stale. It's the same old, and I don't like it.
I mean,
I'm not a big fan of it.
Her dad had the same character for 40 years and he did just fine. Yeah, but
he's Ric Flair and he's the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had a good character.
What's wrong with hers?
It doesn't work in this time.
She's a biatch, and she's angry, and she wants revenge, and she wants her title back. So let her have it, and she's gonna win.
When did she hold that title?
I don't know.
She held that title. She hasn't held the.
She's never held this title?
No, the one with the gold.
I don't know.
The new WWE Women's Championship. She held it technically because it used to be the Raw Women's Championship.
Right.
Last time that was like 2021.
Perfect. She wants, regardless of which title, blah, blah, blah. I don't follow all that. What I follow is she is championship material and she is going to come back with a vengeance and smack around Tiffany Stratton and take the championship. And Tiffy is going to go off on a feud with somebody else that nobody cares about. And that'll be it.
You know what?
Charlotte Flair's going to win.
That's our first prediction that we disagreed on.
Fair.
That's funny. Okay, next match. Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
Oh, Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I'm with you on that
Yeah,
too.
easy.
I'm with you.
I don't even want to talk anymore about this match.
It's been a good storyline. I will say that.
Has.
It's been pretty damn good.
Uh-huh.
Especially, they've been going back and forth on Twitter, too. That's been good. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu.
This is a tough one. Because I feel, and just hear me on this, I feel this is shades of Stone Cold versus Bret Hart. And I feel like there's going to be a double turn.
Oh, yeah.
LA Knight is awesome.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's going to go heel. And I feel like Jacob Fatu is somehow going to turn face.
Yeah, LA Knight, he was a heel in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he was a heel in TNA as Eli Drake, and so he knows how to work the crowd.
I don't even care about any of that. What I care about...
People have been leaning towards Jacob Fatu lately.
Yeah, well, everybody likes him.
Yeah.
Right?
The dude's great.
Yeah.
I think Jacob Fatu wins the U.S. title.
Now
Who do you have?
Jacob Fatu.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but I'm telling you, there's going to be a double turn. I feel it on this match.
I have a feeling that the double turn might come with the bloodline. And here, let me.
Like he's going to start supporting Roman?
Let me tell you. So Solo and Jacob have been butting heads for the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Tama Tonga is just the bystander.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's going to happen is mid-match or something like that, Solo and Tama are going to come out. They're going to cost Jacob Fatu. And I think what's going to happen is Jacob Fatu is going to be like, they're going to come out and Jacob's going to be like, I don't want that. I don't want that help. I want to do this clean. And then they're going to attack him. LA Knight's going to take advantage of that, try to win with feet on the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to hit a BFT. 1, 2, kick out.
So, again, what does this have to do with...
That's going to be the double turn.
Yeah, but where does that put Jacob Fatu in the bloodline?
He won't be in the bloodline anymore.
Oh, so he'll be out.
Yeah, they're going to attack him.
Maybe.
And then it's going to double turn him. He's going to be a good guy. LA Knight's going to be a bad guy. But it will set up a feud between Jacob and Solo for the mid-card title.
I see what you're doing here. And this is funny. And I'm going to tell everybody who's watching. Okay? So this guy knows that championships don't change when there's a draw. And so what he's doing is he's agreeing with everything I say so that if we're both right, then guess what happens? There's a draw and then he retains. But I call BS right now.
Here's the thing. I've had my predictions done since Monday. You've had your predictions done since yesterday. So...
Okay, you go first. Night 2.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
You can actually look at my list right here.
I don't see your list.
Also, we got Punk, Heyman, Reigns.
Punk, Heyman, Reigns.
Punk, Reigns, and
Rollins.
Rollins.
Whoa, is that a bold prediction, Cotton?
Okay, triple threat match.
Rollins, he
meant
to say.
Yes. Triple threat match, main event.
Okay, so you got to lay it out. What's the deal?
So...
You don't have to go back too far, but just lay it out.
The favor was revealed.
Yeah.
Heyman is in Punk's corner.
Right. Which infuriated Roman Reigns.
And Heyman's also, conflicted.
Well, because he's the wise man.
Yeah.
Of course.
But also, if you watch Raw the last few times, Rollins almost curb stomped Heyman's head into the ground, but he didn't. And he said, now you owe me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might play out way later on. I'm not going to talk about the Rollins favor yet. What I will say...
I already know what's going to happen.
I think Punk is going to win.
Okay.
And I think he's going to turn on Reigns... Or I think Heyman's going to turn on Reigns either before the finish or after the finish.
So you got Punk to win?
Yes. Okay. And walking out with...
Okay, so mark that down. He says Punk's going to win.
Yes.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Rollins and Roman go after CM Punk, beat the hell out of him, and as that's happening, Heyman leaves and comes out and down the ramp and goes backstage, and he comes out with a returning...
What, you're going to say Lesnar?
Brock Lesnar.
I called that.
Brock Lesnar is going to become the enforcer in this match somehow because it is a triple threat and there's no disqualifications. So they can do whatever the hell they want.
Here's what I will say.
You already had your prediction.
But I'm adding to yours. Brock Lesnar has never had a problem with CM Punk. He's had a problem with Roman Reigns and he's had a problem with Seth Rollins.
Exactly. That's why I already said that.
Yeah, that's...
Paul Heyman will not be able to handle this triple threat match as the wise man, the best friend of CM Punk.
And the advocate.
And the advocate. So something's going to happen, but mark my words, Brock Lesnar is returning in this match because they need another really, 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 really bad guy.
Okay.
And or good guy. Because one of these guys has to take time off, and I believe it's going to be either Roman Reigns or CM Punk.
I think it's probably going to be Reigns. Punk's just getting started. Punk had a year of time off. I think Reigns really needs it. Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
I'll set up this next one.
Okay.
We got Soccer Mom versus YouTube sensation. So we got AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I honestly think this could be one of AJ Styles' last matches with WWE. And I say all of that to say this. Much like John Cena's doing his retirement tour, and WWE is giving him carte blanche on whatever the hell he wants to do because they owe him for all the amazing years of service. Hear me on this. WWE has signed a
multi-year partnership
with
TNA.
TNA. AJ Styles undoubtedly is the greatest superstar to ever come from TNA.
Yeah.
Challenge me on that. And he's homegrown from TNA.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I'm going to say that they are going to send AJ Styles back to TNA to build that up, because if there's better competition, it's better for everyone. And so I have a feeling that AJ Styles is going to lose to Logan Paul and then say, you know what, this is BS, it's crap, I'm tired of this, I'm losing to a stupid YouTuber, he's not even a wrestler. I think that's going to be the narrative, and he's going to say F you to WWE, kayfabe, go back to TNA, and relaunch his career, but kind of on a note that it's a retirement tour, with the caveat that, guess what, there's a guy that is actually working for WWE right now on that LFG show.
Bully Ray,
Bubba Ray Dudley.
I will say this, he does have a Legends contract, and he has been a trainer at the Performance Center, so that is why.
So anyways, there's a lot going on.
And Mickey James, too.
Right. So there's a lot going on, but I'm calling Logan Paul for the win.
So, I think AJ Styles wins.
Okay.
And here's why. AJ Styles fairly recently said in an interview with Chris Van Vliet that he will not be wrestling past 50 years old. He's 47 years old right now.
Mm-hmm.
He turns 48 this year. So
again, my retirement theory is,
I think that Logan Paul has been getting little to no offense in this thing, and I think that's building up AJ. So, I don't know. I think AJ's going to win. Then I do think that he will be going back to TNA within the next few years, but I don't think it's going to be right now. I think he just came off 2 injuries.
Mm-hmm.
WWE needs him back right now. They need some more star power. So I think that he's going to go on a bit of a run. Maybe next year he'll go to TNA.
Can I just throw this out there? I think we've spent way too much time on this particular match, but Gallows and Anderson were released, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I could see Logan Paul getting a bunch of his buddies involved in the match, and I could see maybe for one night only Gallows and Anderson return.
Here's the problem.
You never know.
Carl Anderson has a neck injury right now. He's like injured. They released him on injury, which wasn't good. So that was there. It kind of ended on bad terms.
Is it not kayfabe though?
No, it's real.
Okay.
Yeah. He
All right. Well, let's move on then.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the next match? Damian Priest versus the Scottish Psychopath in a Sin City street fight. Now, I've been around long enough to know that
it's just a street
when
fight.
they say it's a street fight, It's not a street fight.
It's just an Extreme Rules
They bring
match.
out a stop sign. They'll bring out a couple trash cans.
Kendo sticks.
Once in a while, they'll hop over the barricade and fight in the crowd. There'll be a kendo stick, maybe a table spot.
Here's what I will say. Mania street fights are usually good at going around and fighting.
So
Going
this
through
is what I would
tables.
call a spectacle.
Yes.
Okay? It's to get people excited for the piece of crap match that follows it. That's generally what will happen. So I'm going to say that Drew McIntyre wins.
So I was originally going to go with McIntyre because there's a lot more build to this match than just that. And I say that because last year at Wrestlemania, Drew McIntyre won the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
And Damian Priest cashed in.
Yep.
And beat him in 2 minutes.
So basically, they've had an entire year
Yeah.
to build up a grudge.
Of build.
And now it turns into a street fight.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, so who you got? You got Priest?
I got McIntyre.
Oh, you got McIntyre?
Yeah.
Okay, so we both pick
Yes,
McIntyre?
yes.
All right, let's move on.
McIntyre wants revenge. That's why.
Fatal 4-way.
Oh,
Now, you know what? I'm actually kind of excited about this match, but here's the thing. Okay? You got 3 high flyers, little scrawny buggers, and then you got a monster. Right?
Yeah.
So it's almost like, it reminds me of a match, I believe, that was a few years ago where it had Brock Lesnar, and I believe like Daniel Bryan was in the match, and like all these little tiny guys. And maybe it wasn't Daniel Bryan, but it was a bunch of like small skinny guys. And I'm like, Brock Lesnar's going to absolutely murder everybody. But he didn't. And that was the thing. So
it was, who was it?
You remember the match I'm talking about,
2015, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, because, it was a triple threat at the Rumble. It wasn't skinny guys. It was Lesnar versus Rollins versus Reigns. That's who it was. At Rumble 2015.
Right.
They had that match.
Right. But I believe there was another one, and it was like, I don't know, maybe Chris Jericho was in there, or AJ Styles. I don't know. But
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar was the monster. And anyways, regardless, I digress. Here's the thing. Mysterio and Balor, they're going to get into their feud. I'm calling Penta for the win.
Okay.
Penta takes it off of Braun Breaker just because.
He's so popular right now.
Right.
So, I'd love to give it to Penta, but I just think that since he's so new, they wouldn't give it to him right now. And here's why. Rick Phoenix just debuted in the WWE. I think that soon here they're going to reunite the Lucha Bros. Now, who do I think will win this match? I think Dominic Mysterio gets his first singles title in the WWE.
You think so, hey? Dirty Dom.
And here's why. There has been so much animosity in the Judgment Day.
Right.
Okay. Finn has been like, oh, well, I don't want to... There's been a lot of animosity here. And what I'm thinking is Dom is going to win the IC title. Guess who he's going to pin for it?
Who?
Finn Balor.
That makes sense.
Next night on Raw, Finn Balor gets kicked from Judgment Day. And Dominic Mysterio becomes the leader. And because Finn has been saying, no new members, blah, 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 Dom's going to add new members.
Who's going to be the new members?
I don't know yet. But I do think that Dom will be adding new members. Probably some guys from Mexico.
So you got Dom.
Yes, I got
And I got Penta?
Yeah.
Mark it down.
Mark it down.
Next. This match that I could care less about because I don't even know who Lyra
Valkyria.
Yeah,
she
that
is
one.
the women's IC champ. Right
No
now.
idea who she is. Never even heard of her.
No, okay. Yeah.
That's
she's from NXT. She got called up last year. That's
I was going to say she's got to be fairly new because
no
idea.
She is a phenomenal wrestler.
Is she a unit?
No.
Is she like Raquel Rodriguez
No.
or
She's kind of like Liv Morgan, but a little bit more technical.
All right. Honestly, I'm just gonna go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, but I'm gonna say I always choose Bailey. So I'm going to choose Bailey again.
I'm choosing Liv and Raquel because Bailey. So here's why. I actually have reasoning.
Okay.
Bailey and Lyra just fought before. So there was a match, multiple women's tag teams to get a spot for this match. They won. They were thrown together tag team because the Raw before that, same week, it was Bailey versus Valkyria for the Women's IC Championship.
Can I just throw something out there? I love that you say that it was a thrown together tag team.
It is.
My favorite matches of all time have had thrown together tag teams. Okay? Mm-hmm. There was Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior, dating back. There was a little bit more recently, you had Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin as a thrown together, right? And then I believe you had John Cena and I think Randy Orton at one point
versus like the whole roster.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I love those because there's so much like anger and angst and then they learn to get together and
listen to where I'm going with this. Bailey almost won the title, but Lyra rolled her up for the win.
Gotcha.
Okay. Bailey, so Lyra, they were friends. She gave her a title shot.
Yeah.
Lyra put out her hand for a handshake.
And Bailey gave it.
Bailey went, and then she came back, gave her a hug, because it's like, we have to team.
Is she back to being a hugger?
No.
Oh, okay.
She just...
With the dancing...
She did that and then raised her hand, because she's like, actually, we need to kind of be a team. Yeah. And so because she was not happy. So what I'm thinking is something's going to happen in the match, and after Bailey's going to be so angry because she lost this match and she lost the IC title match, she's going to turn on Lyra Valkyria.
Okay.
And it's going to be after Liv and Raquel win.
Okay. Mark it down.
Yep.
Next match. Another female match. You got a triple threat. You got Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. Again, I haven't watched enough wrestling to really make an educated decision, but...
Do you want me to explain this to you?
Well, explain it to people that aren't familiar with this match, because sometimes they might just click away.
You know what? Fair point. Yeah. Okay. Bianca Belair won the Elimination Chamber while Rhea Ripley was champion. Previously to Elimination Chamber, Rhea Ripley said that to Io Sky, because she was cost her qualifying match by Rhea Ripley,
right,
accidentally, that she would give her a title shot at the Raw after Chamber. Well, nobody thought this would happen, but Io Sky won. Okay. But do you know why? Screwy finish from Bianca Belair. So, they have a contract signing. But before Bianca can put her name on it, Rhea Ripley comes out, attacks both of them, and signs her name. Okay. The next week, Adam Pearce says, okay, we're going to have a match. Bianca Belair is going to be the special guest referee, and it's going to be Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the women's world title. Io Sky, actually, no, it ended in a no contest because Bianca Belair couldn't keep it together. So, the next week, Adam Pearce said, screw it. Triple threat match at Mania.
Okay.
So, that's how we really got here.
So, here's my question. Who's missing from this match?
What do you mean?
Who's missing from this match?
Nobody.
You don't think so?
It was supposed to be a one-on-one. It got added to a triple threat, so.
So, here's my question. Not my question, my statement. If Becky Lynch doesn't show up in night 1, mark it down that she will show up in night 2 in this match.
Okay.
I just have a feeling. And if it's not Becky Lynch, then might I offer you AJ Lee? Might I offer you Ronda Rousey?
No.
Why not Ronda Rousey?
She appeared on AEW and does not like WWE anymore.
Might I offer you Mickie James?
Maybe. I don't know.
Here's my question. Where's Trish Stratus? Wasn't she just kicking around now?
Yeah, she was. I think she's taking a break. She's probably going to do something.
Where's Lita?
Well, listen to this for a second.
Okay.
I think Trish Stratus is going to be the feud after Tiffany Stratton retains.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's just...
All right. So, who you got to win?
I got Belair.
Okay.
Hear me out. She has a Mania streak right now.
Uh-huh.
I don't think she wants to break that. And
Okay.
I think Belair is going to be turning heel. Because she's already getting booed by the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And she was with Naomi before this. So I think that the whole Cargill thing was orchestrated by Bianca Belair.
Very well could be. I'm just going to say Rhea Ripley just because I think she's probably the best of the three. That's just my opinion.
Fair, yeah.
The match we've all been waiting for.
Whoa.
There's a match that is not on the card, but
It is on the card.
it is on the card.
Yeah.
So, Randy Orton was slated to have a match with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens took a bunch of bad bumps.
Broke his
Real injury. He's done. He's in the hospital. Neck injury. He's done. So, now we got Randy Orton.
versus question mark.
Randy Orton versus question mark. Now, I love these question marks. I love these ones where it's like, oh, we're going to have the mystery partner. We're going to have the mystery opponent. My favorite mystery person to ever come out since day one has been 1991
Oh yeah, I know.
Survivor Series, and the $1 million man came out and he said, my mystery partner is gonna be from Death Valley, The Undertaker. So, just hear me. The Undertaker always has to make an appearance, okay, at WrestleMania. Now, there's two ways we can go with this, okay? Randy Orton is going to come out. He's going to say, I demand a match. I'm blah, 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 blah.
He already said that on SmackDown.
Right.
So.
Okay, so he's going to come out and he's going to be like, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And all of a sudden the lights will go black, blah, 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 The Undertaker's music. But here's the best part.
It's probably going to be with somebody.
Here's the best part.
Oh, I know who you're going
The
for.
Undertaker does not actually come out. And instead, the music switches and it turns to Fozzy.
Oh! I thought you were going somewhere else.
Fozzy comes out on stage. They start playing live Judas. And Chris Jericho comes out and challenges Randy Orton. I got goosebumps just thinking about it. God, please let this happen. Chris Jericho's contract, according to rumors, is done at the end of... What month are we in? We're in April. So at the end of March, apparently his contract was up. So I would love, oh my God, would I love to see Chris Jericho. But with the swerve that everybody thinks, oh my God, it's The Undertaker. One last, hurrah, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden it's Chris Jericho and Fozzy comes out playing Judas. Man, would that be amazing. I doubt it's all going to happen. And I truthfully think it's going to be stupid Goldberg because I know they got a Saudi Arabia show coming up.
It's going to be Goldberg versus Gunther in his retirement match. That's pretty much her.
Right, but they need to get Goldberg back into the WWE.
They won't have him against Orton. They'll actually have somebody good. Like,
who do you think? Okay, so anyways,
can I just...
That's my prediction. It's probably going to be stupid Goldberg. We don't care about stupid Goldberg. But also, real quick, where's the Wyatt Six?
I think Uncle Howdy got injured.
Okay.
Like just a few months ago, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
All right. What's your prediction?
So, when you said lights go out, I thought you were talking about Aleister Black.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because he's our character, right? And he's already gone from AEW. They've been putting out vignettes for Black, or who we assume
they have, hey?
Who we assume is Aleister Black.
Okay.
I don't think it's either of them. Randy Orton RKO'd Nick Aldis twice. There's been a lot of animosity between them. Nick Aldis is a multiple-time NWA and TNA world champion.
Okay.
This man is a legend.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be either Nick Aldis or Solo Sikoa, because that is criminal that he does not have a match on this card after being in the biggest storyline in the WWE, of last year. He almost carried it.
Can I just throw something out there? What if JBL comes back? Hasn't he been around TNA kicking ass?
Not in actual matches. I think he's retired. He's done.
He came out and he gave a couple guys clotheslines.
Yeah, a clothesline.
Where's Daniel Bryan?
AEW, still under contract.
Where's Sami Zayn?
Injured.
100% or kayfabe?
We're thinking the only way he'd come out is if it was for KO.
Okay.
Like against KO, so.
Well, that's what I mean.
I think it's mix of both. Kayfabe and also, but I think it's kayfabe.
But just now.
Pretty much killed the man.
But
like,
now, just hear me. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are best friends.
Not in kayfabe.
But in real life, they are.
But in kayfabe, Kevin Owens pretty much just killed the guy.
Okay. But in real life, they're best friends.
Yeah.
Okay? Everybody knows that. It's no secret. What if Sami Zayn says, "You injured my friend"?
He didn't injure him, though. Cody did. The thing is, what I will say is, Randy Orton came out to save Sami Zayn.
Okay.
So, my prediction is either it's going to be Nick Aldis or Solo Sikoa.
There's somebody we're missing, though. Where's Braun Strowman?
He's been on TV lately. He's been in a few Jacob Fatu and just lost in the last man standing match.
Okay. I'm just trying to I'm trying to rack my brain of where these superstars are. Obviously we're not going to see a return of Ted DiBiase Jr. He's in jail. But who is Randy Orton? Oh.
I don't think it's going to be anybody returning, because if they return and lose their first match, that's just going to be like...
No, I think so. Hear me. What if it is a return and then it just turns into a brawl and then they go backstage and then it's the next segment?
That could be an idea.
Right? Then nobody looks weak.
Yeah, fair.
And then it sets it up for Raw.
I just think it's going to be Nick Aldis and Orton will win. Okay.
So we can't actually put that on the predictions champion because we don't know who's actually going to return.
Yeah.
Right?
I think...
Because if we do, and then I'm right, and then you're mad, I don't want to hear you cry.
We should have that as a tiebreaker, maybe.
But so here's the tiebreaker.
But if neither of them are right,
it's just not of who wins the match, but
who returns.
Exactly, who Randy Orton faces.
So let's do that. If it's neither of them, then it's...
So what say you? Should we do it as a tiebreaker? Leave a comment and let us know.
Yeah. If we're doing tiebreaker, let's lay out a tiebreaker. Who do you think it's going to be?
Chris Jericho.
I think it's going to be Nick Aldis.
Okay.
And let's just preface this. If it's neither, the tiebreaker doesn't even matter.
Right. 100%.
No points.
If it's Nick Aldis, he'll get the point. If it's Chris Jericho, I'll get the point.
And it only matters if there's a tie.
But it has to be those guys.
Yes. And only if it's a tie.
Correct.
If there's no tie, then no point for a tiebreaker.
Correct.
Now.
Imagine it's Hulk Hogan.
Hogan, oh my god. Okay. Now, for the match that everybody has been waiting for.
Only you.
You just said Cody Rhodes versus John Cena.
Cody Rhodes versus The Rock.
Are you...
Bear with me. Go ahead. Let the people know what's been going on.
That's not happening. For those of you that have been living under a rock, Cena turned heel at Chamber.
Did you mean to say living under a rock as a pun?
No,
okay.
that was no pun intended.
You're channeling your inner Gene Principe?
For those of you that don't have the internet, Cena turned heel. And aligned himself with
second biggest heel turn of all time.
I'm not even going to go into that. He aligned himself with The Rock and Travis Scott. Cena turned on the fans, blah blah blah. So it's going to be Cody Cena. Cena has a chance to win his 17th world title. Cena's heel, Cody's face. Cena's also in his farewell tour. What's your prediction? What say you?
All right. Hear me on this. Jey Uso wins.
Yeah.
I've said that.
Yes.
The Rock wants a champion to represent him.
John Cena?
What if The Rock helps Jey Uso win? Just hear me. Remember how The Rock went 1, 2, 3.
Rock, Cena, Scott. 1, 2, 3.
Never
Or
mind
the
Travis Scott.
The Cena 3.
Jey Uso, The Rock, John Cena.
Okay.
Okay? Hear me. The Rock wants all the world titles for himself. The Rock's going to get involved. Cody Rhodes, somebody's going to come out and help Cody Rhodes. I have a feeling it's going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah,
kind of like last year. Too. I don't know if The Undertaker's going to make an appearance, but I wouldn't be surprised. And that goes back to my Randy Orton, The Undertaker, and then all of a sudden it's Chris Jericho. But this match could have The Undertaker. Again, shades of last year. But here's the other thing. Now that we're going to have John Cena as a heel, and John Cena is going to... Okay, so if you guys listen to EST or watch EST, Bruce Boudreau was there on a segment. They were asking him his WrestleMania predictions, and absolutely, I loved what he had to say. He said, John Cena is going to all of a sudden have this aha moment. This isn't me. I'm not a heel. That's not who I am. And he's basically going to say F you to The Rock. And so, let me back up. John Cena and Cody Rhodes are going to be doing it, blah, 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 blah. Cody Rhodes is going to get the upper hand. The Rock's going to be like, what the hell? Come on. You can beat this guy. He's a jabroni, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. So then John Cena gets pissed off at The Rock and says, look, I don't need your help. Beat it, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, here's what happens. John Cena looks at The Rock and turns on The Rock and says, screw this. And so The Rock brings out a referee, inserts himself into the match.
Okay.
So this is where you finally get to see Cody Rhodes versus The Rock at WrestleMania. Okay? Hear me on this. The Rock loses. Cody Rhodes wins. John Cena goes on his farewell tour as a face because he turned back. We're good. The next night on Raw, The Rock comes out, says, you know what? I didn't need John Cena anyways. I have my champion, and Jey Uso comes out.
Okay.
So anyways, I think that Cody Rhodes wins.
So here's my prediction.
Okay.
And can I preface this by saying the only predictions that matters are the winners.
Correct. Cody Rhodes wins.
Because that has been a point of debate throughout the two of us.
No, I agree with it. Cody Rhodes wins.
The only prediction that matters are the winners.
Who you got winning?
And I am gonna predict a little down the line, but it doesn't matter predictions wise. Okay. I think Cena wins.
Okay.
His 17th because he needs it.
Because they want to take it away from Ric Flair and give it to their guy. I get it. Okay. Because Ric Flair was never WWE's guy.
But he's Triple H's guy.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
I just think that Cena deserves it after being the guy for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, Flair is a 17-time world champion, but not recognized by the WWE.
Okay.
So yeah, he was NWA champion or something. I think Cena wins, and somewhere around SummerSlam or something, Randy Orton has nothing to do. Orton versus Cena at SummerSlam. Here's what's gonna happen. Match is gonna go forth. Cena's gonna lose. After the match, something happens with The Rock. He rock bottoms Cena. Cena, halfway through, continues throughout as a face, feuding with The Rock.
You think it's going to take that long to SummerSlam, hey? Okay.
Yeah, because I think he's going to
So you...
Well, because look at this. Look how many guys are faces.
Yeah.
And Punk, face.
Mm-hmm.
Orton, face. Like, all of his old rivals are, like, faces. So it's, like, something that you kind of really need to do it like that. But, yeah, I think Cena wins.
Okay. Now the other thing is, what if, just what if, I was thinking about somebody that could return. I was just throwing it out there. I could return against Randy Orton.
Okay. What?
Where's Shane McMahon?
Not affiliated with the WWE anymore. Dude, let's just say this. This guy got in the ring and tore his both his quads. Like, this guy's...
But remember, him and Randy Orton had that beef, hey?
In 09?
No. Remember, there was Daniel Bryan or maybe that was Kevin Owens.
That was Kevin Owens.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, I digress. So, you got Cena.
Yeah.
I got Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
It's going to be an amazing WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Let us know who you think is going to win all these matches.
What say you?
Yeah, leave comments in our Instagram or our YouTube. What's the other? Where else are we?
TikTok.
Yeah.
X.
And let us know what you like or what you think about the new studio. There's going to be a nice Jordy Mac show. It's on order. A nice, what's it called? Banner. Anyways, I'm going to tell you something about maxlawns.com. We are in the thick of the spring rush, and we're ready to cut your lawn. We got lawn mowing packages starting at $35 a week. You can hit us up on Instagram, and you can hit us up on our website, which is called maxlawns.com.
For all your lawn maintenance needs.
For all your lawn maintenance needs. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching our prediction show. And in the meantime...
And in between time, stay classy, everybody. We will see y'all later. Goodbye.